Hey everybody, welcome back to the DevPost Commit. This is episode 8. We've been on the road for a little bit, but we're back in the saddle. I'm Neal.
And hey, I'm Richard.
So, recently, Richard, you just came back from HackCon EU.
Yeah, definitely. So I was in HackCon EU this weekend, speaking to all the local hackathon organizers there from the European events. Really cool event, I enjoyed it a lot. One of my personal highlights was there was a talk by a lady who was speaking about having under 18s at your event. So having minors at the event, it's a great thing, but you really need to make sure that all the considerations and the safeguarding is put in place. So definitely a great talk, and I would encourage people to check that out when all the talks are posted by the MLH team.
Absolutely, and that's, having under 18s at your event is great, but it's both a concern for the organizers, the hackers, and the sponsors. So sponsors, don't forget you're part of that and you have some responsibilities there. So coming up, we've got hackathon season kicking off this weekend. We're going to Penn Apps on Saturday, so we'll be there. Come meet us, and we're going to be at MHacks the weekend after that. And Richard, I think you actually got some more coming up.
Yeah, definitely. And after that, I'm at TechCrunch Disrupt in San Francisco, and then we're back in New York for Hack NY. So busy September, and it's really exciting actually to get hackathon season going now. The summer's over, we're ready to get back to it. So actually, we were talking about this earlier, Neal. So what are you expecting to see kind of trends-wise? What are people going to be building this fall, in your opinion?
It's a great question. I've got some predictions. I think we're going to see more Uber hacks, especially since Uber just released their the request endpoint, so you can deep link right into your app and request rides. So I think we're going to see more of that. I think we're going to see more payment-driven apps. So whether it's Venmo, PayPal, Stripe, etc. I think we're going to see more things like that. Maybe even some more Bitcoin. More Internet of Things, because I don't see that cooling down anytime soon. However, I think we're going to see fewer photo-driven apps, fewer photo sharing stuff, maybe a little less computer vision. Don't quote me on that, but that's what I'm thinking. And also, I think functional programming may cool off a little bit. I just don't think it's as easy to incorporate into your hackathon project.
That's cool. Well, we are going to quote you on all of this. One exciting thing as well is that we know the MLH Hardware Lab has a big impact on what people build.
Absolutely.
Well, John told me today that they've added Nest this season, so that's going to be amazing. They're taking those devices to Penn Apps, to MHacks. So if you're going to those hackathons, check those devices out. I think people are going to build some really exciting stuff with that.
Like I said, Internet of Things, right?
Still Internet of Things. Cool. Let's do staff picks.
All right.
All right, Neal, what's your staff pick?
This week, my staff pick is the HTML5-knob web component from Danielson Say. I picked this because it's really neat. It lets you sort of create an input control for your web app that simulates a rotary dial, like what you might have on your stereo or on your oven. And what's neat about it is that it's infinitely scalable. So you can make it as big as you want because it's based on SVGs.
Cool.
It's customizable. There's different types of pointer styles you can use. You can add divisions, so it snaps to maybe 16 different indicators.
Nice.
There's a cool pointer that's actually a steering wheel.
Fun.
I like a lot, and one of the best demos that I saw of it was that he actually layered 3 or 4 of these dials on top of each other to create like a working clock. So you could move the clock hands and it would update the time.
That's incredible in the demo. You've got to check that out. It's really awesome. So this runs in Opera and Chrome right now?
Right now, that's it, but hopefully we'll see some more support for that very soon.
This is going to be cool. I hope people can use it in their projects this fall. Should be fun.
Yeah, definitely be a really cool thing to incorporate in your hackathon project.
Awesome. Well, I picked RPi-Kitty Cam. That's by Tomomi, who's an evangelist at PubNub. This is actually probably the ultimate commit staff pick because, as viewers will know, we love an animal selfie. And this is a Raspberry Pi with a camera and a motion detector that detects motion, looks at the image, and takes a picture if it finds a cat.
But only if it finds a cat.
Only if it finds a cat, because this is based off one of my favorite pieces of recent computer science research from a team of 3 researchers at Microsoft Research that led to the Kitty Doll library. And what this does is it looks at the image and can detect a cat head. Yes, a cat head. So if you're ever now looking to work through a bulk load of images and find cat heads, check out Kitty Doll. But I love this project as well. It's written up as a great how-to, step-by-step guide on the DevPost site. I'd encourage people to check it out. Really fun and just an awesome way of showing how you combine all these different technologies and libraries together to create something that's really fun.
Because if there's one thing we really need, it's more cats on the internet.
We need more cats and we need more selfies.
I'll definitely agree with that.
Awesome. Okay, new hackathons?
Absolutely.
Okay, so what have we got that's new?
We got 2 new hackathons this week, both of them focused on hacking for good and sort of social civic hacking.
Awesome, love civic hacking.
So first up is the IBM Bluemixathon, Operation Rescue and Recovery.
Isn't that the title of the new Mission Impossible?
I think it is. So the goal of this hackathon is to build apps using Bluemix that aid in disaster relief and recovery around the world. So this could be helping first responders when they first get to the scene. It could be helping victims directly, maybe even reaching out and finding their loved ones. It could be helping aid organizations sort of communicate and get set up, or it could even be helping out with cleanup efforts after the cameras go home.
That's cool as well, because actually for those who don't know, disaster recovery and disaster relief is actually an area where there's a lot of history of civic hacking and technologists having a massive impact. So super excited to see what people build. What's the prize pool? Are the prizes on offer?
Yeah, absolutely. There's $25,000 in prizes, so this is definitely worth your time. And like Richard was saying, this is a cause you can get behind. Disasters happen everywhere. It's not just on the coast. It's not just tsunamis. Even here in New York, we remember Hurricane Sandy, which was actually pretty bad.
Totally. So tell me about the other one.
Next up, we got AT&T's Data for Diplomas. This is a hackathon about creating data visualizations to help understand the factors driving U.S. high school graduation rates. So all across the country, there's different things that are going to affect how often and how many people graduate from high school. So we want to know whether it's social, cultural, behavior. Maybe it's something as simple as transportation. A lack of transportation. So the better we can understand these factors and how they affect graduation rates in each district, in each locality, the better we'll be able to come up with solutions to help improve them.
That's really cool. I can imagine people get really excited about that. And prizes on this one?
$40,000 in prizes, so it is also worth your time and effort. So please get behind these and check them out. Hacking for Good is worth your time, and we think you'll have a lot of fun with it.
Totally, and it's awesome to see like companies like IBM and AT&T stepping up and really backing civic hacking. So really awesome stuff, guys. So when do people have to get their projects in for these?
Both of those hackathons end in mid-November, so you got a little bit of time, but don't slack off.
Awesome. Okay, well that's it for the commit this week. So if you're at Penn Apps or MHacks, come say hi. But anyway, happy hacking.
Happy hacking, everybody.